Okay, so I'm back here because this is what starting looks like. Starting, recalibrating, and starting again. Most people think that when you start something, everything aligns. The environment, finances, the people around you, the systems are in place around you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you start, then you need to shift, start again, then you need to make some changes and start again. And then you need to make sure that the decisions you're making are the ones that are taking you across the path that you need to be on to reach the goals that you've set for yourself. And sometimes that doesn't always line up. Sometimes the dog wants to be on the couch, and sometimes that means you don't get any space or any room. But that's okay because he's a lovable animal. And before, when I met him for the first time, I was terrified. Terrified that he'd probably eat me. I know, funny, but sometimes that's just life. Sometimes you need to get a little bit uncomfortable just to survive. Survival is not everything lining up in the right way. Survival is making sure that everything that you are capable of is brought to the surface. So I moved again. How many times have you moved? Have you ever done something that's uncomfortable? Have you ever felt stressed having to pick yourself up and change the environment or even change the people around you just so that you can thrive, just so that you could get to where you needed to go in proper health and safety? I've started this channel a few times and I've moved more times than that. I keep wondering, how many times do people have to move in their lives before they find some form of stability? I have moved more times than I can remember, and I have also changed jobs more times than I can remember. Not that I don't remember them, it's just that some of the experiences were memories that are perfectly fine to remember. But other ones, it's like, I wish I didn't go through them. But then, when I do analyze them, there are so many lessons to be learned. So many restarts. So much recalibration. Most people I've met haven't really moved a lot in their lives. They eat the same food. They have the same routine. They drink the same things. They have the same experiences. And they don't even really create. When you're forced to constantly move, your nervous system is constantly in a state of the opposite of calm. It means that if the environment where you are is not safe or healthy, you try to recreate that. Some people do that through food. Some people do that through chemicals, and some people do that through experiences. When I studied the travel industry, that was at a time just before the 2008 financial crisis. Imagine moving from a hot tropical island to the middle of winter, and before the reach of social media, entering a country often meant looking inward. I felt like you were born on this earth and this is all you were supposed to know. This land, this history, this cuisine, this style of music, this style of behavior. And then when I started studying tourism, I didn't know that there are so many beautiful places on Earth. Different water types, different elevation, different attractions, and different flora and fauna that I never thought existed. Most people think that life in a hot region is amazing. It's so beautiful, and it is. But the realities of those places are not always spoken about. And it's hard not to see the state of resources and how that impacts communities in regions that depend on energy. Unlike regions that are closer to the northern and the southern hemisphere, time around the equator generally stays the same. That means the same daylight hours, the same nighttime hours, meaning that people need energy to see, to protect them from the dark, from crime, and also to make sure that they can prepare the foods they need, go to work, send their kids to school, and care for their loved ones. A state of constant movement is the requirement to keep the foundation of learning and growing. Today, I'll ask you if there's one thing that you've been meaning to do or to try. What is it? Why haven't you done it yet? And when do you plan to start? I'm asking because change is not always comfortable at first, but it's the foundation for learning, growing, and navigating this complex world that we live in. Every day is a chance towards experiencing life in a new way that adds more meaning. Stay with me. I'll be going deeper into the foundations of change in the next video.